A recently widowed mother attempts to protect her children from La Llorona, an evil spirit thought to be just a Mexican folktale. Hello and welcome back to Fatal Film, a watch-along horror movie video series, and this is a bonus episode for the recently released The Curse of La Llorona. That's how you need to say it. La Llorona. I can fucking say this name all day. The Curse of La Llorona. So the movie follows Anna, a recently widowed mother of two who works in Child Protective Services. Anna gets sent to check on another lady named Patricia Alvarez and make sure that her children are safe. When she arrives, Patricia is clearly unwell, and Anna discovers her children locked in the closet. Despite all of Patricia's warnings and her hysterics, Anna takes the kids to a child services shelter. Later that night, however, Anna receives a phone call informing her that the two children that she apparently saved were found dead in a nearby river. Patricia Alvarez blames Anna for the deaths of her children, while the police have Patricia as their suspect and take her into custody. Anna also had to take her kids with her to the scene, and she instructs her son Chris to stay in the car. But of course, he doesn't. And while having a look around, encounters a weeping woman in a white dress, La Llorona, who grabs his arm and marks him. When La Llorona marks you, it appears as a burn on your forearm. The following day, Anna's daughter Sam is also marked by La Llorona by their pool in the backyard. Anna's called in to talk to Patricia, who's now in police custody, and it's revealed that Patricia, while mourning her children, was praying, but not to God. She was praying to La Llorona, and she was praying to La Llorona, praying to her to take Anna's children from her and return hers. Later that evening, Anna encounters La Llorona while saving Sam from drowning in the bathtub. Anna gets marked as well, and she rushes to the church for assistance. Here we're introduced to the priest, and it's actually the same priest from the Annabelle movies, and this all apparently takes place in the Conjuring universe. What exactly is gained from having all of these films exist in a shared cinematic universe? I don't know. The priest is unable to assist them because they would first need to get approval from the church, which would take too long. So instead he refers them to a former priest named Raphael. Raphael reluctantly agrees to help them, and they set up candles around their house and they rub eggs all over their shit. Raphael basically uses the family as bait to lure out La Llorona for like some sort of a final showdown. And for some reason here at the end, La Llorona, she's like so much more powerful than she was at any other point in the film. She's flinging doors open, chucking furniture around, no problem. And then, in a twist, Patricia Alvarez, no longer in police custody, shows up at the house with a gun in a fit of rage, seeking revenge. And she fucking shoots Raphael, though he does survive, and they couldn't stick to this plot twist. They didn't commit, and she has a change of heart after hearing the cries of Anna's children. Anna then kills La Llorona by stabbing her. A ghost. The spirit. She kills her by stabbing her, albeit she stabs her with a cross. But still, man, I was like face-palming in the middle of the theater. And the movie ends happily ever after, and that's pretty much it for the plot. I was really disappointed that they didn't stick to the plot point of kind of introducing maybe like a human villain in Patricia Alvarez. They just didn't commit to it. That would have been one thing that might separate this film from some of the other kind of copy and paste Conjuring universe horror films out there. This film honestly doesn't attempt anything. It doesn't attempt anything that hasn't been done before. And it's all been done so much better. They didn't even try. They really could have done something cool with Patricia's character and having a human villain, but they didn't commit to the idea, and her entire storyline kind of fell flat. We don't even know what happens to her. She still shot Raphael. Did she go to prison for that? What happened? They have a scene that plays with the idea that Anna is now being suspected of abusing her children because they have like the burn marks from La Llorona on their forearms. But they completely drop that storyline, and it's just this one-off scene that literally leads nowhere. It's like a waste of time. As for La Llorona herself, she was kind of scary. She had an interesting backstory, but they don't really explain it enough. Like they play with like her pendant around her neck, but there's no story or explanation of why her necklace was important at all. A lot of what they did with her were just these gotcha jump scare moments that, after you see it for the first time, it's not really effective anymore. That's what makes this movie might be entertaining for its first watch, but upon multiple viewings, you're gonna get nothing out of this film. It's not the type of lasting horror that really sinks its teeth into you and lingers with you. It's a cheap thrill that's instantly worn off once you've done watching the movie. You know, this movie apparently takes place in the Conjuring universe. I really don't know what is there to be gained from having this film take place in the Conjuring universe. Are they going to do some big crossover movie at some point? I don't think that would work. I don't think that's happening. At the end of the day, we gotta call this what it is. It's a gimmick to get people in seats. And I like the Conjuring films. Not all of the films in the Conjuring universe are bad. The first Conjuring movie is fantastic. I give this movie like a 4 out of 10. I really can't recommend it. The last couple films in the Conjuring universe have really fell flat for me, and it really feels like they're just trying to milk this series. Anyways, that is gonna be it for my review of The Curse of La Llorona. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.